When one thinks about Berlin, street food doesn't usually come to mind. But boy oh boy, you couldn't be more wrong. Berlin, my home for the past 7 years and hands down one of the most happening places in all of Germany. From the top, it looks like your average large European city, but the real action happens at the street level. There you'll take in its rich history as well as its quirky flair. Yes, without a doubt, Berlin is unique. It combines urban and gritty qualities with a penchant for fun and parties. Disco anyone? It's also very mixed with numerous flourishing communities calling it home. But lest you get too comfortable, one is always reminded of its rebellious nature. Okay, so Berlin's cool AF, but what about its food? In a nutshell, glorious. Recently, the food scene, and especially street food, has blown up in terms of choice and quality. It seems a new gastronomic era has begun, with consumers increasingly willing to spend money on authenticity and taste. And if you're as obsessed with food as I am, well, then you're in for a real treat. Welcome to Food Fetish Berlin, your guide to culinary guilty pleasures. Ey, ni hao. Ja, 好久不见哦. Lange nicht gesehen. Ja. Bist du noch in der Markthalle? Ja? Wir sehen uns. Ciao. A friend of mine. Hi, I'm Tom Clement, bon vivant, avid traveler, and founder of Berlin-based Taiwanese food biz Bao Kitchen. As the name implies, at Bao Kitchen, it's all about serving delicious baos. And although I love my baos, I've got a passion, or let's say a healthy obsession, for all matters related to food. On this episode of Food Fetish, I'm taking off my kitchen apron in search of some of the better street food available in Berlin. And yes, there's more to food in Germany's capital than sausages and french fries. Excited? You should be. And I'm going to show you the best street food that Berlin has to offer. Now, I remember living here in the 1990s. Apart from a greasy currywurst or the odd DOENER kebab or two, you couldn't really get quality street food on the go. But things have changed drastically. Nowadays, you can find a variety of street food vendors who offer some amazing products. In other words, there couldn't be a more exciting and delicious time to be right here in Berlin City. I'm Tom Clement. I hope you guys are hungry because we're gonna go on a food frenzy. Our first stop, Kreuzberg. Traditionally a blue-collar neighborhood, it now boasts one of the largest Turkish communities in all of Germany. In recent years, though, the young and hip have also discovered this part of town. And although its architecture may be debatable, one thing isn't: its food scene. Okay, so street food has been all the rage in Berlin in the last couple of years, and arguably one event that helped propel all of this is called Street Food Thursday at the Markthalle Neun, or at the Market Hall number 9. Now, we're about to go in, talk to a couple of the vendors, and obviously try some of the best street food in Berlin. Let's go check it out. When you enter the Markthalle Neun, you're immediately transported to a foodie's dream. Whether it's premium meats or Turkish meze, one could do their weekly grocery shopping here. But what I love the most, apart from the cool vibes, has to be the sheer number of amazing street food stands that offer ready-to-eat snacks. So make sure you come with an appetite. So one of my favorite stands are chaiwalas. Now, the owner has a super interesting story. He's an English chef who moved to India and then relocated to Berlin and started selling Indian food. But we're not talking about your typical curry here. No, here it's all about the NAANWHICH. The NAANWHICH starts off as a fluffy ball of dough, which Ollie expertly rolls out and then places on a hot grill with lots of clarified butter. Once nice and brown, the naan is slathered with raita, loaded with crisp iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, tender tamarind braised pork belly, and topped off with a house-made hot sauce. The end result looks glorious, and with it, Ollie has certainly redefined modern Indian street food. So here we have it, the infamous NAANWHICH. It looks absolutely delicious. I'm just gonna dive right in. Here we go. The naan bread is soft, buttery, hot, delicious. And then you eat the pork belly, which literally melts in your mouth and tastes like tamarind. This is really good. You can see the different layers of flavors here. The coriander, the lettuce, the tomato, unctuous pork belly, and of course you can't forget the naan bread, which is killer. This is like an Indian burrito on crack. Amazing. Pure fuego.
Another favorite vendor sits in the middle of the market and raises eyebrows with its interpretation of a Berlin classic, the meatball.
So if you ask Berliners what dishes are representative of their own city, you'll probably hear number 1, Currywurst, 2, Eisbein, and 3, Buletten.
The buletten here are made of beef and come in different flavors.
This is the Indian flavored bulette, and you can taste the curry coming through. It tastes like being in India and eating a beef ball, which doesn't really work because cows are not eaten or beef is not eaten in India. But if that were the case, this would be the ideal Indian beef ball.
And our food adventure continues with something a bit more substantial.
When in Rome, do as the Romans. So when in Germany, you gotta do pork.
This little piggy went to the market and ended up like the victim of a mob hit. But it didn't die in vain because Backschweintenne do it justice by slow roasting it in a brick oven until it turns into pork candy.
All right, guys, I think I died and went to pork heaven. Here I have this delicious plate full of organic and Freeland or Freiland. How would you translate that? It doesn't matter. It's quality pork, okay? Believe me. The meat is super tender. Let's see how the crackling is. Wow, amazing. It's super crispy and it just falls apart in your mouth. This is pork heaven.
Of course, we have to finish on a sweet note, and the guys at Tata's offer something special. Behold the muffle, a next-level hybrid between a waffle and a muffin that comes with creative flavors. It's a waffle with attitude.
The waffle is nice and soft. It's not hard at all. The ice cream is delicious. And then the different toppings really kick it up a notch. You can taste the fresh strawberries, the chocolate sauce, and you can taste even the softness of the marshmallows. If you like your sweets, you're gonna love this.
After some epic eats at the Markthalle Neun, I saddle up and head to the next food destination. I couldn't possibly leave Kreuzberg without trying one of its most emblematic street food dishes.
All right, guys, we're in Kreuzberg, Berlin. This is the birthplace of the Döner in Germany. Now, there's so many different Döner stands here. Almost at every street corner, you can find a kebab store. Where do you get a good one? Well, we're gonna take you to one of the best Döners in Berlin. Come check it out.
Doyum's somewhat hidden location behind Cottbusser Tor may not win it any prize, but here you'll find some spectacular Turkish dishes. Its main draw, however, is its Döner Kebab. Generous slices of juicy veal are piled onto a crisp flatbread and covered with 3 types of sauces: garlic, herb, and chili. A mountain of fresh vegetables completes this powerhouse of a kebab.
Here it is, the Döner Kebab in its full glory. It looks absolutely mouth-watering. You can see the crispy veal, you can see the different sauces, the fresh vegetables, and it's loaded with onions. That's the way I love it. It's obviously not date food, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Here we go, we're going into the deep end. You know, there's kebab and then there's kebab. This is a Döner kebab on steroids. The bread is super crispy. The meat is seasoned perfectly. It's so well balanced. You can taste the different sauces, the herb sauce, the garlic sauce, and the vegetables have a great crunch to it and add such a freshness that just lifts the entire dish. Let me tell you, I've had a lot of Döners in my lifetime. I eat them on a weekly basis in Berlin, but this is one of the best spots I've been to. No lie.
On the next episode, I hit up some of Berlin's favorite open-air markets in search for more great eats. No, not that. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for updates on new videos. If what you saw made you hungry, the vendor's info can be found in the bio. In the meantime, happy eating und bis bald!